Let's see. Let's go live with John Rockin'. Can we do it? Can we do it? Let's see.
Better?
Hey, okay.
There we go.
Okay. Mhm.
We outside.
Yes, we are, Mr. Grand Entrance.
Grand? I don't know anything about Grand. It kind of like I fumbled a little bit.
Oh gosh, you fumbled the bag, you dropped the ball. Oh no,
I dropped the ball.
nah. Nah,
Whoa,
I
that's
can
that's
hear it.
very bright. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's
Turn it
see.
up for a
That looking any
second.
better? Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
yeah. Get the presets right, you know.
Yeah, I gotta get this light right.
Okay, okay.
We
Yeah.
creatives out here, it's gotta be right.
I'm saying we trying our best. We trying our
Is
best.
that too bright? Am I a light bulb?
Let me
I think I'm a
see.
light bulb. Let me turn this down.
That one was a little bit better. That one was a little better.
This
Thank
right
you
here?
for everybody joining. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Thank you for everybody joining. My Stony, what's up? What's up? Trey Singh, yo, what's up, bro? Hey, hey. Okay. All right.
Trey Stings.
Yep. That brother be singing too, no lie. No
That's what's up.
lie. Quiet as a cat, low key. Um, but yeah, okay. All right. So
I think I know him.
oh yeah, probably do. Probably do.
Maybe.
Hmm. But yeah, how you doing? What's up, Chris?
I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm
Yeah.
chilling. I'm outside. Inside. I'm inside outside.
Inside outside, right? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So
Outside is
yeah,
a state
like
of mind.
okay. So yeah, I was just telling everybody, like before you came, like last, like about a week and a half ago or so, like I got on here live. I don't usually do them, but decided that
Mhm.
the song transitions, like it deserved like to be talked about, a little bit. And even though I'm an introvert, like I'm out here, you know what I mean? So I
Mhm.
got on with the other Chris and my sis Angela, and
Yeah.
we chopped it up a little bit to talk about the song, and it was fun. It was good. Like you guys,
Yeah.
if you can, you should go back and like just listen to like a clip of the reel that I have posted. But
Right.
yeah, but tonight I wanted to drag you on here.
Drag.
Yeah.
Pick a better word, Diane. You didn't drag
Okay.
me. I
Nah,
wanted to be here.
no, you did. You did. You absolutely
Yeah.
did. And I appreciate it. Appreciate you for it. But yeah, no, I wanted to get you on here too because like you are such an integral piece of this whole song.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, no doubt. And the way that the song ended up transitioning,
Ha 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 ha.
it had a lot to do with like your input and your interest to it. So, but before we get into that, I just want you to like take a couple of seconds to kind of like just tell the people who you are and kind of what you
Word, yeah. So my name is Chris Belmont. My company is Rockin' Productions, hence the tag that I came in here with, the account. Um, and I'm a producer. I'm a music producer, primarily vocal producing, vocal coaching, songwriting. I do everything when it comes to, the song being the idea and then the song being a reality. So I wear many hats, but my focus is just music production and artist development. And that's what I do. That's it.
do. Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
I
Now
looked
let's.
at the calendar. I'm like 18 years doing this.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's a long time. That's a lot of skin in the game. Definitely
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Wow.
but like that's not like that's a little bit. That's a lot. That's a lot of it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So okay, cool. So you wear many hats, and in my opinion, like you wear them well. So, like
Thank you.
it was it was really dope having you on this song. Like I'm gonna just go take the people back just a little bit back in time. So when like I first linked up with you. So like I wanna say it was like probably like maybe pushing like 10 years ago. Like I first heard
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Rock. And I was actually at the Kingdom Choice Awards um
Mm.
back when they had it in Brooklyn, and
Yeah.
you had like a flyer that was just kind of like on the table advertising
Yeah.
your business, And so I kind of picked one up and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And what really caught me was that you had offered artist development. And for
Yeah.
me, that was huge. And it still is because, like, that's not something like a lot of times that a lot of producers or studios are offering. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
that was a thing that kind of drew my attention. So, like, I had
Word.
reached out a little bit, but like just certain things, it just wasn't coming together at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But the strange thing and the dope thing about God is like He knows how to like put little seeds for the
Mm-hmm.
moment at the time, but they're not always meant to like grow in that season.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Bro.
then, like, if you give it some time, it'll come back around. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like even sometimes, like, people they feel like, oh, dad, I missed out, or I wasn't able to, like, connect with that person. So I guess
Yeah.
that time is over. But it's like, that's not how God works. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's able to kind of like do anything. So like the way
Mm-hmm.
that he kind of brought it back around full circle was like really really dope. So like years, I'm talking about years later, I
Mm-hmm.
went back and I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm Diane and blah blah blah. And I have some songs that I want to work on. So I did a little recording at your studio and stuff. And that was cool. But this song was the first time that like we really worked from like
I know. Yeah.
start to finish. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and
Facts.
like the way that it came out, like I'm really proud of like the work that we were
Word.
able to do.
Same
So
here. Same
yeah,
here.
so like I want you to talk a little bit about it, like let people know like your role in it, because like you kind of came in like there was a version of transitions already, but then
Mm-hmm.
you came in and it kind of like went in a different direction. So you talk about it for a
Yeah. Well, shout out to the people in the chat. My guy Barack, boxing bully.
little bit.
He
Hey,
got a
what's
blue
up?
check. He famous now, but he's super humble.
Okay,
Yeah,
we love that
yeah, that's
around
my
here.
guy. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna answer your question. I just want to shout the people out
No, no,
that's
shout
joining.
out, shout out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy. And Mr. Reed here. I actually don't know Mr. Reed, but I guess he shouted out
Oh
Ja Rocking, so I'll
yeah, I
shout
know
you
that
out.
brother. What's up? What's
You
up,
do?
bro?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's
Oh,
up.
and we
That's
got
what's
we
up.
got we got Will on here too. So it's Will.
Word.
Cheryl came through. Oh man, some other
Nice.
folks. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, I mean, I heard the song and I was like, wow, this record sounds really good. And I know that you had like wrote it under a whole different situation, and I was like, man, well, this would sound really good if we kind of like remake it and kind of like get the sounds, kind of go in the direction that you want to go in and just kind of dabble in that sonic, and it just came together really like a hand in glove, and as you mentioned, we never had the chance to really like go down that road as far as production is concerned. We've been doing artist development, we've been recording, I've been mixing stuff and things like that, but we never really had a chance to do a song like fully from top to bottom. So
Yeah,
I was excited to do it. I was always a fan of your voice. I was super excited to like help craft a song, and that's honestly what I love to do the most is craft music from top to bottom, with an artist, and kind of guide the production and the sound, so that it's basically handmade. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between going to the McDonald's and getting a number two or like actually going to a restaurant and them making it fresh. So I
oh
like
yeah,
I
we
like
know
doing
that's a
that.
big difference.
Huge difference in quality and flavor and everything. So I equate the music to the same thing, like, preparing food, where it's just we had a chance to make something that really told a story of what it is that you wanted to tell, and I'm happy. I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, like definitely. I feel like we
Yeah.
were able to like accomplish like what we set out to do. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like
Yeah.
like you can overall you can always like nitpick certain things and be like, oh, I
Hmm.
could have gone and did this
Yeah.
or whatever. But like the whole grand scheme of it, whenever you're able to like walk away from it and be like, that was good. That was good.
Hmm.
Like I think
Word.
that is like like what matters the most, you know.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
like just
Absolutely.
just from like a personal standpoint. And then when you get like certain key feedback from people to let you know,
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, this
Mhm.
really did go in the right direction, you know. I had
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
tell me like, this is my favorite song from you, and I'm like, okay, that's what's up to me. And like that person, they're not like really gonna sugarcoat it at all, because like
Word.
if they don't like it, they'll either like not say anything, or you know,
Yeah.
they're not gonna lie. So that was like really honest feedback, which
Yeah.
I really appreciated. So that
That's good, man. That's always good to get that, especially from the people that you know are going to tell you the truth.
was
It just means you're on the right track. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah,
JR, Junior's in the building.
hey, hey, what's up?
What's up, Junior? That's my business partner.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. We hold a writing camp on Sundays.
Okay.
So yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm really a fan of where we went with that song. I've always been a fan of your voice. I've always been a fan of the I would say your potential sonic, and working with artists, it's really fun for me, because a lot of people ask me if you should be an artist myself. I actually have more fun working with artists like yourself than doing anything of my own, only because you're like a canvas that I can paint on, you know. And the Diane Malloy, canvas is still yet to be fully like made, And with the artist development, like we spoke before, it's like a opportunity for me to tell the story for you somewhere along in your journey. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the song. I'm excited for what you've been doing, what you're about to keep doing. There's more to come, and I'm excited about that. But transitions, I'm very excited about. You know, um, Another thing too, and I hope I don't hijack the conversation. I don't know
No,
what
go
the
ahead,
questions you
please,
have,
please. Go
but
ahead.
yeah, I mean, in gospel music in general, there's a lot of space for, diversity. People try to do different types of things, in gospel, Christian, CCM, but I think that the hard thing about trying things is that there isn't always a market for it, and one thing a record exec asked me years ago, a simple question. I thought that they were hating on me at the time, but actually stuck with me for a long time. It was a woman. She said, "Where does this song live?" And I said, "Well, it lives in the church, And I thought I was answering the question, but really and truly, I wasn't, you know. And one of the cool things about like what we get to do as producers is that we get to create a place for people to go musically.
Okay.
Because think about it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, think about when you listen to music. You have music you listen to when you're at the gym. You have music you listen to when you're traveling. You have music you listen to when you're like angry and you need to kind of calm down. You have music you listen to when you're about to pray, and you have music you listen to when you're socially out, and it may not be gospel, maybe something else, with family, you want to dance, and then you have music you listen to when you're, you know, in church, So where does transitions live? Where does that song live? And the cool thing about creating a song with that type of a sonic is that we can create that for people. We can sort of like create the house in which they live in and hear this song. And only the best artists are always doing that, are creating that element. It's a very hard thing to do because most people like to just do what's out, and because it's easier to digest and it's always established place for it. Like songs in the club or songs for church, or songs for working out. It's an established place for that song to live. But transitions, I think, is truly unique, in that it's a song about life. It's a song about the struggle. It's a song about ups and downs. And there's a lot of the message. I think the underlying message that's one of the mantras I live my life by, which is never get too high or never get too low. Because there's only constant about life is change. you know.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
yeah. So it's great. I'm very excited about working on it with you, and telling that story with you, when it comes to that, and having a place for people that have adopted that message to listen to that song and live with that song in their daily lives.
Yeah, yeah. Like I feel like it's so funny. It's like originally, we had me and the songwriters, we had wrote that song like 2 years ago, and
Yeah.
it was like right before the pandemic. Like we had gotten together that January, February, like
Hmm.
end of January, beginning of February, and we wrote that song. Like, and the way that it starts, the song basically starts as life is filled with swift transitions. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like we had no idea like what was down the pipeline, what was about to come. And so for us to be able to write a song like that ahead of the time, it just really it bugged me out. Like, whoa, it's like kind of like, yo, we called that. Like, it was like kind of like no, like low key, like prophecy, like
Hmm.
you know.
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
funny because like it took a while for it to fully come out or whatever, but it's
Hmm.
like even to this very moment, even though like the pandemic is starting to wane and things like that, we're still very much in transitions right now. Like if you look at
Absolutely.
like the state of the world and everything, we're not really in a stasis right now. So it's
Talk about
like
it.
I feel like so many people can relate to this song. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like
Yep.
yes, you can look at your own life and see where there
Yeah.
have been changes and seasons and things that, maybe you didn't expect, whether good or bad,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
indifferent. But then you can also look outside of yourself. Like you
Yeah.
can look
Yeah.
at, the state of the world and things and see that, there's not a whole lot of stability,
Yeah.
many times. So I feel like people can really grab a hold to that. And
Sure.
I felt like our aim was to kind of, put forth that message, but in a way that like anybody can understand. Like you don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to be coming from the same we don't necessarily have to be coming from the same life views or perspectives, or
Yeah.
even backgrounds, social, economic,
Yeah.
whatever. But
Hmm.
anybody can understand. Like the rich man can understand. The poor man definitely he understands. Middle class, we understand. Like
Yes, sir.
it's just a part of life.
Yeah.
So I feel
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
speaks to so much of that. So
Oh my
um
goodness.
yeah,
Absolutely. 100%, especially where the world is now, where we're there's a lot of conversations to be had, but transitions, I mean, it's so appropriate. We're going through a transition culturally too, just as a planet, just having this like social media platform that we're on right now, and the fact that you have all of these opinions and all these like sort of like worldviews that are come to the forefront. I mean, when I was growing up, it was mainly based on where you lived, where that would dictate a lot of the way you see the world, but not anymore. Like you can
yeah,
adopt whatever worldview you want just from online, and that's a transition. That's a huge transition from the life that we lived before. I mean, you talked about the pandemic. I mean, the pandemic and the fact that everybody's inside and everybody got used to being virtual, and that's already a super transition from the standpoint of the world, and then now to make it sort of micro to like us as individuals, we've transitioned as far as like the way we operate in the world, and it's, the cool thing about the song is that it's an encouragement because sometimes transition could be hard for people, you know.
yeah. Let's talk
Yeah,
about that for sure.
yeah, it could be hard. Yeah, it could be really hard for people to change and to adapt. It's one of those things where it's kind of like the song in a lot of ways sort of holds people's hands a little bit. That I get
I
it.
like
Like,
that.
hey,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I life, is going through transitions and it's okay because guess what? It may be down now, but it's going to be up soon, or it may be up now, you know, we can celebrate, but don't get it twisted. There's
Yeah.
going to be rough times ahead. One of those things that I always say is a blessing. I'm mad that he left, but hopefully he'll catch the replay when we post it. But Barack, he was just in here, and he's an artist that I work with, one of the first artists that I worked with when I started this company. And he always said this every time something good happened. He said, "Oh, that's a blessing," which is normal. People say that. But
Yeah.
every time something bad happened, he would also say, "Oh, that's a blessing." I'm like, we just said
Ah,
that person just died. Like, and he was like, "No, it's a blessing." Like, what's
okay.
wrong with you? But you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you saying everything's a blessing? But I got it after a while, and he said, everything's a blessing. Everything, good or bad, is a blessing. And that's what I feel like the song Transitions is doing. It's just like everything that happens to you is for a reason.
Yeah.
It's all working out to your good, and sometimes we know that, but we kind of need to put it in a certain context in order to believe it when you're going through tough times.
Yeah.
And I love that about the song, that it just reminds us that transitions is a good thing, because
Yeah.
ultimately things are going to work out for your good. But it may not feel so good, but ultimately,
Mhm.
he would always say that, oh, that's a blessing. Anything that happened, oh, that's a blessing. That's a
Yeah.
blessing. So yeah, I really am happy to be a part of that conversation. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. One
yeah.
of the things that I like, because as we were saying, like I do artist development with you as well. So like
Hmm.
one of the
Yeah.
things that I like that we talked about, like in like breaking down like what this song meant and everything, it
Hmm.
was like
Hmm.
the way that you said that like this song it kind of teaches without like being a teacher, like you know what I mean? It,
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
it like you said, it kind of it's a comfort, but it's also like, hey, let me put you on to some knowledge, like
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
without being overly like lording
Yeah.
over people your opinion or your thoughts. So
Yeah.
like I like
Which a lot of gospel songs can come across like that, especially a lot of contemporary gospel songs, because sometimes come across as like very preachy, very telling you what to do. This song isn't like that. It's more from a standpoint of, no, this is just what it is, and just reminding us that, hey, this is what it is, and it's gonna be on the if it's on the downtick, it's gonna be on the uptick soon. Just gotta wait it out. You gotta endure through it, and I love that. I love that about it. And yeah, you're right. In artist development, we do that. We break things down and be intentional about what we're doing.
yeah,
Um, because at the end of the day, people feel that. People feel that intention when you put a song out like that. With those lyrics and with the video. Hopefully soon we get to see that, and
hey, watch out for that.
watch out, watch out, watch out. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming. It's coming.
It's
Yeah.
coming. Let's
I'm
get it.
excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm
same
excited
here.
about all things like transitions and um what we have yet to like show the people and everything. Like I'm super
Absolutely.
excited to see everybody's like commentary and
Yeah.
feedback and stuff like
Oh, it's gonna
that.
be great. It's your first one too.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to be a part of it.
yeah,
Hmm.
definitely. But yeah, so yeah, it's just it's so much like that could be said, but like I'm just walking away with like a happy feeling. Like I said, like we did what we intended to do,
Hmm.
and set out to accomplish and everything. So
Yep.
I just want to encourage everybody, like if you haven't, go
Yeah.
ahead and take a little listen to
Take a
transition.
listen.
Yeah,
It's fire.
take the leap. So Transitions by Diane Malloy.
Hmm.
It's out everywhere, streaming everywhere. Check it out. And then if you feel like it, come back and let me know. What you thought of it and
Diane, stop
like
it. Okay, listen. I'm gonna take over. Stop it. Stop it. The
that.
song is
Okay, go
fire.
ahead.
Diane's voice is fire. She got that Billie Holiday voice. But check out, they see, okay, if Billie Holiday made a song in 2022, 2022, 2023, a contemporary Christian trendy song named about transitions, that's what this is. That's exactly what this is.
Okay.
Amazing voice, amazing tone. You know what I'm saying? Rich vibrato. If you love singing, if you like me, you love singing, I gotta cop this song. Check it out, stream it, share it whenever you see it. I mean, just be a part of this movement because it doesn't stop with this song. And the cool thing about this is that you jump on this train early, when it's down the line a little bit, you feel a little pride that, yo, I seen her in the early days. You know, I hopped on when, transitions, you know what I'm saying? And I hopped on the next thing. And then all of a sudden, hey, you may pop up and see her on some stages and you'd be like, yo, you never want to be the person that slept on somebody. You never want to be that person because then we know who
Yeah.
those people are. We know. We know. But listen, cop it. Transitions is out now on all platforms. There's going to be more to be revealed. Music video coming soon. All that. All that. Check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I mean, I can't hardly say it better, Chris. Like you sold me. Like, no,
Nah,
you
I
was
love you.
right.
I love your music. I love your
Thank you.
music. So it's genuine. It's genuine. You know what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying?
I definitely appreciate it. And like, it's just an encouragement. Like, when you hear people are listening or you see people are listening to what you work so hard and doing, like, it's just an
Yeah.
encouragement to like keep going. Cause like before you
Mhm.
joined, like I was telling folks that were listening on a live earlier, like people would be the average listener would be surprised like how much work and
Yeah.
resources that it takes for
Yeah. Facts.
an up and coming artist or even their favorite artist to like
Hmm.
produce the music and share it and everything. Like you gotta have like a lot of even like emotional fortitude like
Yep.
to kind of do
Yep.
this. So like when you kind of get like at least some support behind it, like it's just an encouragement like to keep going,
Absolutely.
and to
Yeah.
even like pick up the pace and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to like after our we're doing like 30 days of trying to like really promote this and stuff like for
Yeah.
people
For
to
sure.
like kind of get behind it and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I speak about that too. For those of the people that will see this playback or this live and really get into what we're talking about, just really understand that, artists like Diane, it's a commitment. Diane's a wife, 360. You know what I'm saying? She's a mother, 360. You know what I'm saying? Full time job, 360. Just living the dream. And the beautiful thing about it is that that she's still doing this. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of time invested in this thing. There's a lot of patience that you got to have. When you really want to commit to being an artist, a full time artist, and it's just a lot. So if anybody can understand what goes on in the background. I mean, we don't just pull up to the studio and just start playing on the keyboard and then voila, we have a song. I mean, it's planning, it's the songwriting process, it's the production process, and then it's the recording process, then the mixing process, then the mastering process, then it's the rollout process, figuring out, how we want to promote it, how we want to, what audience is this going to go through, where we want to live, how to allocate those resources, it's a lot that goes into this thing, and
Yeah.
it's cool. It's cool that a lot of people that are not in the industry may not know all that goes on, but they can respect it when we have conversations like this and kind of like let people know, put people on about what it is that goes into making music. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit as to where we are in music because music is so disposable now. It's
Mhm.
very easily accessible. You know, um, you know, transition is out on all platforms. I mean, I can say, "Hey Siri," and play transitions automatically.
Yeah.
Gone are the days where we're fumbling a CD player, or whatever, or trying to find the CD.
Yeah. I want
All those
to low
little.
key miss it a little bit though, like to have
I
like the
do too.
tangible art and the picture in
Yeah,
your
I
hand,
do.
like and getting
Yeah,
like an autograph. Like I miss that a little bit, but anyways.
yeah. It made it a little. It made the music more valuable. It's like you were not only purchasing the music, but you were purchasing like a piece of product that felt like you owned a part of history. You know.
Yeah.
Um, And now it's not like that. It's not like that. But the difference is now is that people are more invested in you because they have more access to you. Before it was more
Yeah.
music was facing the front more than the artist was facing the front. Now it's the artist facing the front and the music is kind of like here, kind of like
Yeah.
shining a light on the artist, and that's cool too. We just got to adjust, and kind of transition. But yeah, I miss those days, when, because I would pull up to a show with artists I'm working with and we would make mad money, selling CDs, and people want to sign it. They want to take pictures with you, things like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
So those days are pretty much gone. I mean, there's all kinds of other ways of adjusting to it. But yeah, I do miss those days though, low key.
Yeah, yeah. But and everything, like we said, like just to kind of like bring it home, like that's a transition
Hmm.
too. So, you kind of have
Boom,
to
boom.
ride the wave, the
There
ebbs
you
and
go.
flows, as we said.
Facts.
So, like this is like not just theoretical, like some
Nah,
imaginary words and songs that we made up. Like it's real life, like even down to the
life.
practical level. So, yeah. Mhm.
Yes, yes. Snapple
But
fact.
yeah, yeah, indeed, indeed. But yeah, so I think that was about it. I just wanted to like
Okay.
get on here and kind of chop it up for a minute,
Yeah,
let the people in on the process and stuff like that, and who all that I worked with.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
it. Just giving
Absolutely.
people their flowers in real time. So thank you again, Chris. Truly
Thank you.
appreciate it, all of your
It's it's,
work, and
it's an honor.
just continuing to work with me. Definitely appreciate
Oh no, we in it. We in it for the journey. We in it for the
it. Yeah,
journey. I just can't wait till we look back on this time and this moment and be like, wow, look how far we came. You know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Definitely,
yeah, yeah.
definitely. But in the meantime, just doing our best to like enjoy the process too. Because sometimes
Absolute.
we get too like just future minded. Not to say you don't have goals and aspirations, but like you
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
have to enjoy the process too along the way. Like I'm trying to remember that and keep that more at the forefront too. Like
Yeah,
so. But anyways,
absolutely.
yeah. So it's been great talking with you tonight. I'm
Same
not
here.
gonna run up the people's ears and belabor the time like they say in church. Too much long.
Yeah. Nah, it's
I'm
cool though.
churchy. I'm churchy. Anyway,
Absolutely. In closing, in another hour, we sitting there, right?
oh gosh, no, I'm not gonna do it to the people. We're gonna be out. But thank you
Yeah,
everybody who joined the live.
yeah,
I
yeah.
really appreciate it. Like a lot of people came through. Even a lot of people still coming through at the
Yeah,
moment.
for sure. Yeah, shout
Like
out to
my
everybody that
sis.
came through.
Yes, I see my sis Shania down in there. Love you, sis. Love you, sis. Oh, Mr. Anthony Burke, I'm gonna wave. Thank you, sir, for joining. And my bro Mike Larry, come on, bro, in the live, Mike Larry, like he is
Shout
such
out,
a
Mike.
dope and well Larry, but on the mic, but like he is such
Oh,
a dope drummer, like phenomenal. Like he was with me
word.
like in my like early days, starting up with like a little band and everything. Like yeah, so
Nice.
always got love for Larry. What's
That's
up,
what's
bro?
up.
Yeah, but
That's
yeah,
what's up.
again,
Shout out, Mike, Larry.
once again, everybody, thank you for joining. If you missed anything, feel free to go back to the live. And
Back.
until next time, be safe. God bless everybody. And thank you for listening to the song. Transitions is out. Love you guys.
Transitions.
Good night, Chris.
Good night. Good night.